Alright guys, 2006 Honda Civic, or you know, your 8th gen Civic. So it's we're here in Canada and it's -3 degrees. Yep, -3 degrees in October. And yeah, if your Honda Civic has a a small oil leak, it's probably a bigger oil leak because of the drop in temperature, because your gasket shrinks. So I got so starting from the top, you always check your oil leaks from up top to the bottom, and just touching the gasket dry, right? And then if you look, well, anyways, yeah, it's definitely dripping from there. So I'll show you underneath. It's only been in my bay for or idling for a few minutes, but it's got a good puddle underneath. Yeah, so drove it in, not long, but it already started to grow a little puddle. So you can see right here, it's dripping. So a lot of these common places for this to leak is, I can show you here. There's the VTEC solenoid. It is right above the power steering pump. So there's a gasket with a screen behind it, and a lot of times that thing shrinks and gets hard, and it starts leaking. And especially winter's coming along, that gasket shrinks even more, and you get a bigger oil leak. And you also have that breather plate that also leaks back there. Let me see. Whoop. Breather plate. That breather plate right there also leaks, but that thing's not leaking. It's up there. Also, your power steering pump also leaks. And yeah, so winter's coming, and you can see it's all over the subframe, right? That's all wet. Drip in here too, all over the dog bone mount. And then yeah, all the oil here. So yeah, common places. Also the valve cover leaks, but this valve cover is also dry. All right, so gaskets got approved. Let me show you. It's a bit of a pisser to get at, but you can do it. So I don't know if you can see it on my mirror. There's two connectors, one on top, right, and there's one on the bottom. I already took them off, and then 3 bolts. You just gotta reach in there with the 3 bolts with a 10 mil. Let me zoom in for you. There you go. That's a lot better. So there's a connector up there, right, on the top, and then there's a connector down there on the bottom. Right, I took that off, and then 3 bolts. If you can see those 3 bolts, like there, and then that bottom one right there. So I'm just waiting for parts to grab me my parts, and then we can make sure that we actually have the part before we take it apart. So alright, so we have the gasket in stock, so don't have to wait for it, but this is what it looks like. If you have a K-series motor, it actually looks like a snowman waving at you. Alright, so I got it out. Actually, there's 4 bolts, right, because there was one bolt holding a bracket for the one of the wire harnesses. And yeah, here, and then here, and then here's the gasket. It is completely flat, right? It is flat. Screen looks clean though, you can see. So I'm gonna get this gasket out. I have to get a pick. Okay, so I put everything back in, right? The only 2 tools I needed was a stubby 1/4 inch ratchet and a small extension. The small extension is just for the bottom bolt, because you got to clear the lower pressure switch so you don't break the connector. Yeah, so other than that, just clean off all the oil, and then I'm going to run it, see if there's any more leaks, and then pretty much it. So yeah, so we actually had like another car, and it was customer said it was leaking oil, but he drove it here, and then we looked at it, sprayed it down. It's like, oh, no oil. And then we let it sit overnight outside, started it up, and then of course it pissed oil all over the floor. So that's what the temperature really affects on your old gaskets. And it when it gets really cold, like today, it's like -3, they shrink, and you get a massive oil leak. So yeah, this thing also has like over 230,000 kilometers. So Alright, so we went to a bulk brake clean because we can't afford the can brake clean, you know. Times are getting tough, so we're using this. So I'm just gonna spray down everything, all the oil here, you know, underneath the power steering pump. Get rid of all that stuff. Look at that, it's getting clean already. So I'm just gonna keep doing that until I can see that everything is clean. Yeah, this is going to take a while. Alright, so I cleaned a lot of the oil off. There's still probably some there with some brake clean mixed in it. But yeah, everything looks, this is just stained. It's not oil anymore. But there's still some left. But you can see what the oil does to rubber. And yeah, I'm just going to run it, see if it still drips, and yeah, should be it. So yeah, floor's still dry. Still running it. Still looks pretty dry. Put my hand on the exhaust right here. Yeah, so in that area where I saw a bunch of oil at, that's where it was leaking, and it's still pretty dry. So yeah, damn, I burned my finger. That hurt. Still dry so far. Subframe's all clean. There's probably still some in the, like the crevices. But yeah, still dry. Alright, so I'm just running it and make sure there's no leaks. But this thing does have 133,000 kilometers. Also, you might notice the airbag light is on. Yeah, customer knows that, doesn't want to do anything about it. So yeah, so if you are having a bigger oil leak, you know, if you're like us here, minus 3 degrees Celsius here in Canada, and you notice there's some, you know, some yellow snow, or you know, if you have new oil, it's yellow snow, but if it's dirty oil, it's black snow. Yeah, maybe check your car for oil leaks, because your gaskets, you know, they get old, they get hard, they shrink, and then when it gets even colder, it shrinks even more, and you get a massive oil leak. So anyways, I hope you liked the video. I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Please like and subscribe. Alright guys, so I just covered it up. So yeah, I'm going to moving to another hoist on the opposite side of the shop. And yeah, I'm going to be doing piston rings on a 2016 Honda CR-V with a Earth Dream engine. So I'm going to be like opposite side, like all the way over there. And yeah, I'll try and film as much as I can on the piston rings on that CR-V. But I think I got plenty to do. And it's only been this is the second week of coming back from vacation.